Okay, so we're going to go over Elly de la Cruz slowing down at the top. Is this a case in neurological stagnation or is this neurological point B? Is it a couple things, right? So let's go through this article. I have it pulled up, right? And so this was an interesting case, right? So essentially, we're using like analytics at the level of competition to start to gain insights into his neural network, right?
Right.
So, once people see like we've really scaled up point A, right? Which we haven't released yet, but part of point A is going to be performance history. Anyway, point A performance history reveals that he's at point B neurology. What does that mean? When we use the level of performance as a feedback loop, it shows us that, hey, like, listen, this guy is essentially at point B from a neural net perspective. So you can see this is his sprint speed, right? In
Hmm.
2023, fastest in Major League Baseball. 2024 led Major League Baseball. So it's not that he was fast, he was the fastest, right? So that
Right.
kind of shows us level of competition, point B speed strength, right? And essentially, obviously, speed is a behavior of the neural net. So that means that he's got a neural net. And we're looking at whether or not he's stagnating, right? Or he's at point B because what we'll see is, and these are other things to let us know, like his first major league home run was 458 feet. He hit for a cycle, like all these other things, right? Recorded the strongest infield throwing arm at 95.6 miles per hour, right? So you're seeing this and you're thinking from a programming perspective, hey, this guy's at point B, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, what's interesting, right, is let's just look at sprint speed and we start to see a downward trend, okay? So you can see right here, essentially 2023, there's 30.5 feet per second first, then he drops down to third, and now he's currently 40th. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Hmm.
So the analytics on baseball let us know he's well above average, right? But is this a trajectory that we want, right? Okay.
Yeah. Considering what his initial starting point was is the whole argument here.
Correct. Correct. So we see
Right.
him trending down. That's what you're saying, right? Like if
Yeah. I'm saying like because obviously you could see that the average is 27 meters per second. He's still above the average, but he's 3 meters per second below his fastest. So the point is that respective to Elly De La Cruz, this is the significant degradation in sprint speed, right? So because some people might say, well, he's still above average, so it's still great, but ultimately being first in Major League Baseball and now being 40th in Major League Baseball is a significant decline. And so the point is that we are making the argument or providing, maybe not necessarily an argument, but providing the information that these are obviously outcomes. These are outcomes of the neural net, and they're at the level of competition. So we can feed these back, like this information can be fed back, and we can start to put some dots together or connect some dots in terms of why this might be occurring. Because once you've kind of established point A, and then you kind of establish where the roadmap is to point B, we have to understand that this is always changing. It's dynamic, very, very dynamic. So we're seeing that, and when it's dynamic, and it can either be dynamic up or it can be dynamic down. That's the whole point, right? So just understanding what we're meaning here is we're not saying, oh well, he's still above the average, so it's fine. What we're saying is he's well below where he has been in the past.
Exactly, exactly, which warrants an investigation. So,
Correct.
so why the decline? We proposed three things, right? One is this neurological cruise control. The nervous system may be self-regulating, settling into a more energy efficient output. Maybe the original 2023 was just unsustainable or unnecessary, right? So if he can still lead the league in stolen bases, well, why output more, right? So we may see an efficiency thing. We may see
Yep.
the neurological stagnation, right? And which is going to be The neural network for absolute strength is no longer being constrained to output at its highest attainable speed. It's outputting just enough, nothing more, and it's keeping reserves, right? So this is a form of neurological stagnation. It's technically the best one to have, right?
Hmm.
But it's still stagnation, right? And then the other one, right? And so this is output, you would say this is output related, and then this is going to be internal, right?